Hi, I'm Shannon. Welcome back to my channel. I waited a few days to respond to some of the headlines about the Taylor Swift AI deepfakes that were posted on Twitter or X, but you can read this headline and then we'll get into the article a little bit. Go ahead and pause to read if you want to just read the title, but I'll be reading through the article just so that we have an idea of what we're talking about. Okay, so as we're reading through it, it says last week AI generated images of Swift, you can see here, in hardcore sexual scenarios went viral on Twitter, gathering millions of views. I think the last impressions before the images were taken down, it was 17 hours and about 45 million impressions. And by that time, the images had spread to other platforms, including Roblox, Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know if the images showed up on TikTok. I did not see them, but again, I wasn't going out of my way to find them. But that being said, this is such a prime example of something that's been going on for years. So this started 6 years ago with the invention of consumer level AI generated face swapping. So that's really when deepfakes started. And now we're dealing with AI making images of public figures like Taylor Swift, but we also have to consider all of the images that were made of people who are not as popular as Taylor Swift, who don't have the platform that she has, who don't have the money to fight these kinds of programs, these deepfakes, this AI, and the harmful content that is perpetuated on all platforms. And a lot of the times it affects minors, not just adults. So these are images that we're going to be everywhere on the internet forever. Even when we take them down, they don't ever go away. Nothing goes away on the internet. So as we're reading through the article, they say the reaction to the Swift images might seem like we have reached a tipping point, but as reporters who have been covering this issue since before the term deepfake was even coined, this is our assessment. The Taylor Swift images, non-consensual images of other celebrities, and non-consensual images of non-public people are not going to stop until something far worse happens. It goes on to say our reporting on the Swift images led Microsoft to close many of the loopholes in its AI tools people were using to make this material, and CEO Satya Nadella had to go on the nightly news to address the issue. But Microsoft's Designer, a tool used to make non-consensual porn in the communities that made the Swift images, were just one of the many tools used within an entire AI ecosystem that is forging ahead in hopes of dominating an emerging market. Companies in that ecosystem have little concern for the immediate consequences and now are playing whack-a-mole with a baked-in problem on yet another of their generative AI tools. It's a cliche, but was the case when Silicon Valley was building the social web, it once again was moving too fast and breaking things. After the images went viral, Swift's fans rallied around her to flood Twitter's trending topic to push the images out of the feed and give the singer the clout to make the companies like Twitter and Microsoft tremble. Swift herself hasn't yet spoken publicly about the deepfakes that might finally tip history toward regulation and legislation, but Swifties did the speaking out. In an attempt to drown the Taylor Swift AI search that was trending on Twitter, they flooded Twitter with Protect Taylor Swift tweets. As a result, they successfully buried the images in question, but sent the controversy itself into the news stratosphere, also known as the Streisand effect. This, too, was a perfect storm of public interest. Swift's image has never been more inescapable across mainstream demographics than she is now dating Super Bowl-bound Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce. The abuse images were themed with Chiefs colors and logos set in football stadiums and featuring football player gangbangs. The people in the Telegram channel where we trace these images to generate similarly explicit images of dozens of female celebrities, not just Swift, but she's the most high-profile female celebrity in the world right now, so hers have gone viral. I've glossed over a little bit of some of the sentences in this article, but this is really interesting. Many of these victims report that speaking out about people making AI-generated porn of them feels like a burden they never asked for. Last year, Twitch streamer QT Cinderella, who has a lot of followers but is by no means a celebrity in the same orbit as Swift, made the choice to go on a live stream and broadcast her reaction to her close friend being caught looking at AI-generated porn of her. She sobbed in front of her fans about the betrayal she felt. Quote, "You feel so violated. I was sexually assaulted as a child, and it was the same feeling," she told Sam in an interview following that stream. Sam is the author of this article on 404 Media. She said, quote, "I really don't want to talk about it. However, I hope that in 10 years, when my nieces are more on the internet, she doesn't have to deal with something like this just for existing as a woman on the internet." She goes on to say, "It shouldn't be a price you pay. It shouldn't be the fee that you have whenever you log in. That's not fair." I'm going further down in the article, and if you'll recall, Scarlett Johansson was one of the first and still one of the only major celebrities to speak publicly about deepfakes. A year after they were first used against her and others. She told the Washington Post, quote, "Clearly this doesn't affect me as much because people assume it's not actually me in a porno, however demeaning it is. I think it's a useless pursuit legally, mostly because the internet is a vast wormhole of darkness that eats itself. The fact that it's trying to protect yourself from the internet and its depravity is basically a lost cause." For the most part, sorry, I cut myself off. I don't necessarily agree with Scarlett Johansson's assessment. If we do nothing, this continues. If we do something, at least we're fighting. I would rather go down fighting and keep taking down the images and do a DMCA takedown request every time this happens to one of my clients or somebody I care about than live in a world where we cave or give ground to people who think this is okay. Just going to read a little bit more in the article just to give you an idea of what we're up against. Instagram is hosting an account that posts AI-generated images of celebrities, including Taylor Swift, in lingerie and bathing suits. Its bio directs users to a Telegram channel where the same person shares AI-generated porn of the same celebrities. Additionally, X Videos, which bills itself as the #1 adult site, tube site, still hosts the same kind of deepfake porn we've seen since 2017. Pornhub started banning deepfakes within 2 months of our first reporting them. In 2018, a policy change that's significant for a company as big and slow-moving as Pornhub. Some of the Telegram users who share non-consensual AI porn watermark their images with links to their Patreon so people can pay them to make images. So this could happen to anybody. This could happen to you, me, anybody who's got an image on the internet could be put into AI deepfake porn. And I hate to call it non-consensual pornography, but that's what the mainstream media is using. We like to use the term image-based abuse because this is image-based abuse. Whether you're talking about CSAM, CSAM, or AI pornography, if it's non-consensual, it is abuse. The article goes on to say users on Telegram advertise their ability to make a pornographic AI-generated image of anyone for $20. So it's a very cheap price to pay. People are downloading images of Selena Gomez from her Instagram and using a company that creates AI, quote, agents to make it look like she's instructing them to touch themselves. YouTube users have started noticing that the platform hosts ads that copy Pornhub's signature orange logo advertising AI-generated any pics, and I can make you explode in a minute. This is not to mention a number of other nudifying apps and sites we can't name because it's not clear any amount of public pressure can take them offline at the moment. So if you have a few bucks and you want to contribute to 404 Media, they're doing ongoing investigation into AI deepfakes, deepfake video, imagery, and pornography. They do great work. They're independent journalists that left some of the really great publications that are laying off people right now. So if you want to continue reading the article, you can go there, sign up for a free account, or you can pay them a couple of bucks to access all their content. It's excellent reporting. So I guess what I would say based on this very long 8-minute video is this type of stuff that I battle every day. This is the type of stuff that anybody who does investigations online, social media, anyone who's online is going to be dealing with this. And when you're dealing with teens and tweens and children accessing this material, the first search that came up on Twitter for Taylor Swift was these images at that time when they came online. So I actually had to tell my friend to not let her daughter go on the internet and stop searching Taylor Swift for 2 days just until things cooled down and the major platforms started removing the images. This is not the kind of world I want to live in. This is the world that we have, but it doesn't mean we should stop putting pressure on these companies to do something about this and to fight against this kind of thing because it will affect all of us at some point. And even people who are not public figures, who are not as big as Taylor Swift, will have this happen to them. So ignoring it doesn't stop it. It doesn't make it go away. It just means that we have some work to do. So if you are interested in this kind of information, this kind of news, this kind of analysis, this kind of conversation, I have a channel on the other video platform that I can't name. It's linked in my bio if you'd like to follow me there. I'll be doing videos over there as well as here, as long as I can have my channel. So if you would like, follow, and share, that would help me a great deal in growing this channel and talking about these topics. And if you need help removing this imagery, please reach out to me. This is what I do for a living. I do DMCA takedowns, investigations, and I'm here to help you. So have a great day, and I'm sorry that this is even happening.